my guitar solo right there. So, señores y señoras, ¿cómo están ustedes? Mucho gusto verlos y verlas. That means in English that hello, it's very good to see you. That's what that means in English. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very good to see you. So, okay, so, excuse me there. You know, it's been a while since I've communicated with you. I've been online and I've been typing more than videoing, which I think some of you might be happy about. But I'll tell you, there's some things that, there's a lot of stuff that's happened since I last videoed with you. And one of the things that happened was there was a presidential election. And some people tried to get to it with me online, but they realized, maybe they didn't realize, I don't think they realized, some people didn't realize that I wasn't really into getting into it. And so I don't have much to say about that because I don't really care. And there's people that are like, how can you not care? I know you know how I cannot care. It's a farce. It's always been a farce, and everybody's acting, well, everybody on my side, like on the left, is acting like it's not a farce this time around. When we're the side that's always known that it's been a farce for a long, long time. That's all I have to say about that. I'm sure I can talk more about it, but I want to talk to the musicians out there. I want to talk about the music, and I want to talk about the book that I wrote. And the book that I wrote is called Living Between Screens. And I'm going to release it as series. But the thing about for the musicians is I want to tell you something. Do you know what Songtradr is? If you know what Songtradr is, I'd like to tell you that it is a platform where you submit your music and they license it for you for a percentage, a pretty big percentage. And they try to get your music into movies and TV shows and for video games and YouTube videos and et cetera, et cetera. Anybody who wants to use the music. And they pay you. There are so many people on there though, and there's so many good people on there that have studios that are much better than mine. And they're constantly submitting stuff. People without kids, that kind of thing, to people in different situations. So it wasn't working for me. I was paying for Songtradr for like 2 years, I think. And I didn't get a single commission. I didn't get a single finalized placement. So that aspect of it, I did get into the finals, but that doesn't mean anything. There's no second place. You either get your song in or you don't. So that kind of strings you along. It makes you feel good. You get selected into the finals. And then you keep paying them like $5 a month. So look, I'm not trying to dog their business model. They can do whatever they want. But if something's not working for me, I'm not going to keep paying. Why would I do that? Even if it is just $5 a month. It is worth it though for the distribution of music. If you're going to distribute your own music, if you're going to upload 3 songs a month, 2 songs a month, even 1 song a month, it's only $5. So you can do that. If you get what I mean. So you record your music, you finish it, and then you want to get it onto the stores online. So what happens is that you upload it to them and you only pay $5 a month, and you can upload many songs for that price. Anyhow, Songtradr started something called Tasty Tracks, right? It sounds like something my friend Damian Lamar came up with, like Taste Test. But Tasty Tracks, I was the first person picked for their Tasty Tracks. That means they picked me and they posted me on their website, and they posted me on their Facebook, and they posted me on their Twitter, and wherever else they are. Oh, even on their Instagram. And I would like to tell you, it's a pretty big platform. They're making plenty of money. A lot of people are signed up to it. So you would think that a lot of people went to go listen to my music, or at least that track, right? And the last time I looked, it was 16 plays at their website where you can hit the play button. So what I'm saying to you is, which is related to my book, actually. I started writing this book like 3 years ago now, but there's my life is complicated. So it's related. I'll lead into my book after I tell you this. What is the utility of all of this stuff, of the social media? It's probably just more like leeching time than anything else, except for maybe doing something like this, which is enjoyable, right? Why is it enjoyable? Because I'm actually expelling energy. I'm actually speaking and doing something creative, right? Like I got this green screen with a pink and blue city back here and the Link Merch logo. Where is that? Up there. And so anyhow, so 16 plays from probably a multi-million, maybe $1 billion company. Who knows? Multi-million dollar company with probably 1 million subscribers at $5 a month or something like that. Who knows? Who knows? But it's a big company. It's one of the biggest licensing companies out there. So 16 plays, ladies and gentlemen. And I did try to promote it, by the way. So that's the state of things regarding that. Which is why I continue, when the pandemic is over, I will continue to release my music on Link Merch. And if you don't know, if you're hearing about Link Merch for the first time, you can go to linkmerch.us to find out more about it. But I'll tell you a little bit about it here. It's basically merchandise that serves as a portal to my content. So music or whatever, compositions, albums, singles that I come up with. And that's essentially what it is in a nutshell. So how that is related, all of that, what I'm talking about, the utility of the internet and 16 plays, how that's related to my book is that I'm going to release my book, Living Between Screens, through Link Merch. And because I'm in the position that I'm in, because I don't have the ability, basically, to get an editor and work with a steady editor and pay an editor and do all of the finishing touches on a release, right, of a book. It's just a lot of work. Anybody who's written a book can tell you that it's a ton of work. And I'm not afraid of the work. I'm just not, like I said, in a place where I can do that kind of work right now. So what I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. And what I'm doing here is, this is the page that my merchandise will take you to. And the merchandise is, you see that Living Between Screens, the 3 screens, that's going to be on a shirt. And a short URL and a QR code will be on the back outside label, which will lead to my book. You can also get this in sticker form. I don't know if the sticker will be the same as this. If I have time, I'll design something different for the sticker. Something that's more conducive to a sticker, you see. So what this is here, you see it says Living Between Screens. Welcome to my series. Below you'll find the published chapters and chapters to come. Sign up for my newsletter and I'll notify you when a new chapter is published. So I'm going to be publishing my book pieces at a time. And if you'd like to order one of these pieces of merchandise, it'll be available soon. So that's that. You see, it relieves a lot of pressure for me, and it gives me the capability to publish and to get out there and to find support from people who would like to read it. I will be publishing samples. I already have on Twitter some, but I will be publishing samples of this book. There's plenty of material. My second draft is like 150,000 words, which is an enormous amount of words for a book, like especially a first book or an average sized book. I don't really plan on cutting anything out that I don't want to, because if it's all digital, then it doesn't really matter. And if it's entertaining, then it doesn't matter. I do plan on including pictures that I like that go along with this. And I do plan on releasing it as an EPUB and a MOBI and a PDF and plain text and HTML, and all those options should be here at this page that you're seeing right there, looking at right there in the middle of the screen. So as you can see, there's a little bit of animation in the back of that page. And you see the computer screen back there, and there's like a little printer. So I want to get creative with it, and I'm a world builder, and that's really what I want to do. I want to build worlds. I want to bring you into my world. That's what I do when I write music, and when I write songs, and when I make albums, even when I paint. Everything that when I do work on children's books, which are not that great, but I still world build. I like to make castles and plants that don't exist, and that's a series of mine, plants that don't exist. I just invent plants and things like that, places that don't exist. So that's my update for you. There's one other thing, if you all remember, which I haven't talked about, Highway Troubadour. And y'all remember what Highway Troubadour is? So Highway Troubadour is, I just moved it out of the way. That is the logo there. Highway Troubadour is still on. It's slow going. I ran into Grant Nielsen, a friend of mine, in the street, and he goes, "I see you're back from your trip already." And I'm like, "Dude, I haven't even left yet." So we haven't left yet, and I haven't gone on trips yet. But I have a truck, and which I'm sorry I don't post more often. I don't plan on being that kind of poster. I want to post when it's time and when the things are meaningful to post. But I did share a crappy picture of our truck. The truck is nice enough. Everything needs to be to spec, and that's what I'm concerned with. I don't need to have everything to be amazing regarding my the trailer and the truck. The trailer will look amazing on the inside when I'm done with it, though, and maybe on the outside too. So that is still going. It's a little bit slower than I am at. Not that I thought that it would go fast. Anyway, there's still a virus out, and gigs are still scarce nationwide. But I do have some. I have some interesting ones and some interesting contacts of places where I'll be heading, and that's still on. And it's still on for all the same reasons. It's still on because every month I'm in the red, and that's been this way for 7 or 8 months now. Right? I'm not going to be doing too good soon. So this is why this transition has to happen. And if you know about Highway Troubadour, is me buying a truck and a trailer and living in that for some time, if not full time, then part time, but living in that and traveling, and basically that would be cutting my cost of living, and it would expand my scope of musical performance, which means that it would expand my network, which means that it would expand my opportunities, if you catch my drift. And everybody knows that merchandise is much easier to sell when you're out of town than when you're in town, right? So that's that. What am I going to tell you? I appreciate you listening to me, and I'm sorry if I come off as disingenuous, or if I come off as a very broken up type of person online, because the thoughts from one post to the next, 12 hours pass, or 24 hours, or 48, and then they're just not, I'm not even in the same place that I was at the other time. But I don't really censor myself regarding how it looks. I know that everybody out there feels everything. So no matter what I post, somebody is going to be feeling what I'm saying out there. So I think the medium is ridiculous, as you all know. And I'm doing everything that I can to change that, which is what Link Merch is, and which is what Highway Troubadour is part of. So remember, my book, Living Between Screens, is going to be, it's going to look like something like this when you get to the page that you get to through my merchandise. And what you would be doing when you buy my merchandise is you would be buying my book. And you would be buying my book in advance before I publish all of the pieces of it. And you would be supporting independent art and my independent music through Link Merch also. Not all of you have to buy everything, of course. Not everybody is Croesus, a very rich person out there in the history, if that's how you say his name. So Croesus. So that is what's happening there, and I look forward to moving on with Link Merch and my music and everything that I'm doing. And I'm doing an insane amount of things, and I'm trying to remain as healthy as possible. It's been a hard day. It's been a long day today, and it's coming to an end here. So, like I said, I appreciate you listening, and I appreciate you following my work. I have the irons in the fire that I have going on is Link Merch, which is related to Link shirts, which is related to amazing shirts for kids. And I have a mariachi band, which is music, my music life, and I have my solo work, which is my music life, my recorded music life. So I have like maybe no more than 5 big things going on that I'm focusing on. And I try to keep it down to 3 or 4 max, actually. But 5 is the maximum number. The true. Beyond that, it gets overloaded somewhere in there, right? So I will see you all later, and I hope you have a great night and time. And here's my book again, Living Between Screens, and maybe I'll do an audio version of that too. We'll see. We'll see how far I can get with all this junk. If you're interested in a Link Merch campaign, get a hold of me anywhere that you see me, and we'll talk about it, and I'll help you set it up. Okay.